You think you're being productive by answering emails, doing a lot of sports, or testing ChatGPT prompts. That's not work. The true cost of your day is not the time you lose, it's the cognitive cost you pay with every task switch. Every notification drops your attention level. The only thing that changes your life is deep work, the ability to execute a difficult task without any distraction. It's the only skill that will make you profitable and free. So let's relearn how to focus. You might already be working hard, but the question isn't the quantity of hours. The question is the cognitive density of those hours. Most people are trapped in easy work. They think they're productive by improving their website, by clicking around, or by answering emails that lead nowhere. That is not work. Deep work is something else entirely. Dr. Newport explains it very well in his book. Many people know it, but haven't read it. He contrasts deep work with what he calls shallow work. This shallow work is exactly that illusion of productivity. Sending random DM scripts, answering on Slack. These are tasks that don't add new value and can be easily replicated. So, in very simple terms, what is deep work? Deep work is the execution of cognitively difficult tasks performed in a state of distraction-free concentration. Not 4 hours of continuous work, just hard work without interruption. It's the act of writing a complete sales page, developing a complex investment strategy, or mastering a new artistic technique. It is these moments of deep work that truly change your life. The fundamental skill that allows you to be financially profitable, to achieve sports and artistic performance you are proud of. It is what allows you to become the artist or the athlete you want to be, and even to grow your business for more freedom. It is not the only method, but it is one of the most effective. If deep work is the most important thing, then distraction is the danger. One of the biggest is the social media feed, the sadly popular doom scrolling. Facebook CTO Andrew Bosworth created the newsfeed with his team in 2006. When they implemented it, they received complaints from users threatening to leave Facebook, while also seeing a doubling of usage time. The trap was perfect, and all other social networks adopted this method. The true cost is not just lost time, it's the cognitive costs. A 2017 study from the University of Texas, titled Brain Drain, showed that even if your smartphone is just sitting on the table, that's enough to drop your attention level. Your brain actively uses resources not to think about the phone. Going on your phone is a mode of brain function too different from that of deep work. This task switch is costly. It prevents you from operating in the necessary concentration mode to create value. This other cognitive cost also has a name: attention residue. It's a concept by the researcher Sophie Leroy. When you switch from deep work to a quick check of your emails or your phone, your brain does not completely switch over. The residue of your attention remains stuck on the previous task, which fragments your concentration and massively degrades your performance on the main task. My personal experience confirms it. The majority of my work is writing or preparing strategies. I am alone in front of my computer, so discipline must be total. It doesn't take much to interrupt me. A fly is enough to make me lose my focus. When I get up, I have to clearly ask not to be interrupted. You must first be aware of these distractions to be able to chase them away. Leaving the phone in another room is a necessity. FOMO, fear of missing out, pushes us to keep it in case of emergency. But the truth is, the emergency almost never happens. It's not about throwing away your phone. Having certain information, people's opinions, comments, is useful. But you pay the price of your attention and the terrible cognitive costs. So deep work is not an innate talent, but a cognitive capacity that you must develop and protect. Here are the 10 fundamental principles to strengthen your ability to concentrate. 1. Rigorously select your environments. Your workspace must be a friction-free zone, optimized for concentration. The environment must be made for creation and isolate you from all unnecessary stimulation. Define an inspiring and distraction-free environment. No notifications, even on your computer. For me, that means not working with online teams where Slack has a terrible cognitive cost. Isolation is a strategic investment in your productivity. 2. Sanctuary your deep work blocks. Regardless of the amount of shallow work you tolerate outside of them, your periods of deep work must be non-negotiable. Once the commitment is made on these time blocks, no distraction is allowed. You must start short, for example, 30 minutes, and gradually increase the duration to strengthen your focus. Each time you give in to distraction, you weaken the mental wall that protects your concentration. Don't force yourself to 45 minutes because you read that it's the optimal duration. Find your balance. It can be 15 minutes or 60 minutes. You will have to gently strengthen your ability to concentrate at the beginning. And when I say strengthen, it's not a metaphor. It's a neurological training. I talked about it in a previous video. Neuroscientists like Andrew Huberman have popularized studies on a specific area of the brain, the medial anterior cingulate cortex. It's the seat of willpower and effort. This area activates when you force yourself to do a task you don't like. Science shows that this area literally grows when you voluntarily expose yourself to friction. You physically strengthen the muscle of your willpower. 3. Strategically plan your day. Humans overestimate their work time and underestimate the time needed for tasks. Group similar tasks, batching, to minimize the cognitive costs of switching activities. Place deep work at the beginning of the day, when your mental energy is at its peak. Integrate safety margins and unexpected events into your calendar to absorb inevitable estimation variations. 4. Create an entry ritual into the flow state. Establish a sequence of specific actions, like preparing a drink, putting on your headphones, just before starting deep work. By repeating this ritual, your brain will develop a habit loop that will automatically trigger the state of ultra-concentration. 5. Cultivate boredom and silence. The concentration muscle atrophies if you constantly seek to fill every dead time, like waiting, with external stimulation. Train yourself to be comfortable with silence and inactivity. If your brain cannot tolerate a few minutes of boredom, it will never be able to tackle a difficult problem. 6. Use effortless tasks for strategic thinking. Multitasking, consisting of juggling between two cognitive tasks, is devastating for work quality. However, you can associate a task that requires zero mental energy, like walking or moving, with structured and deep reflection on an important problem. This trains your mind to work on a subject from A to Z without deviating. 7. Become selectively irresponsible. To protect your ability to concentrate, you must learn to refuse responsibilities and commitments that only have low added value for your career or your project. Clarity on what really matters gives you clarity on what doesn't matter. To say it simply, learn to say no. 8. Eliminate the trap of low-benefit justification. Don't get caught up in the idea that a task is acceptable because it brings you some benefits, even minimal, like staying in touch with social media. Identify the tasks that have the highest return on investment. It can be related to money or sport performance, whatever. And focus all your deep work exclusively on those. 9. Formalize the end of your day. To allow your brain to completely disconnect, spend the last 15 minutes of your workday clearly listing all unresolved tasks. Write a precise plan of attack for your next day. This cognitive closure helps avoid the anxiety of pending tasks and ensures a complete mental research during the night. 10. Prioritize active and meaningful relaxation. Simple passivity after work, like aimlessly watching television, is poor rest. Choose leisure activities that are active, that bring you meaning, or that push you to develop new skill. High-quality rest will make you more determined to protect your deep work time. Now we have access to incredible tools with AI. They don't replace deep work, but they can help. And you can already do a lot of things for free. One of the rules is to plan your day and to provide margins for time. Ask the AI to structure your calendar into work blocks, integrating priorities and necessary buffer. Another vital rule for deep work is to list unfinished tasks and plan their attack for the next day. Ask the AI to synthesize your emails from the day and generate a task list for your end-of-day ritual. Or try a free tool like NotebookLM to store your sources and everything you need to learn. You can add website links, YouTube videos, texts, PDFs, and more. it's really handy to add a book that interests you to Notebook LM and ask it to create an audio podcast from it. You can add up to 50 sources per notebook, and it's really easy to use. This allows you to enjoy a second reading in a different way. If you need high-quality sources, try Perplexity. It's the AI of choice for researchers. Perplexity finds all possible sources as long as they are public and clearly displays the links. One thing to keep in mind, however, LLMs still tend to hallucinate, inventing information when they don't have the answer or when they run out of tokens. So always check the information you get from them. If you're uncomfortable with companies like OpenAI taking your data, you should use local open source tools like LM Studio with a small model. You will have less power, but peace of mind. Okay, so all of this is not a question of a mindset, it's a question of neurology. You have a muscle in your brain, the medial anterior cingulate cortex, which literally grows when you choose friction. Every time you resist scrolling to finish a difficult task, you strengthen it. Every time you give in, it atrophies. That is the real stake. AI is a fantastic tool to clean up easy work, to organize your time blocks, and prepare your day. But AI cannot do deep work for you. It cannot strengthen this muscle for you. Protect this weapon. The phone leaves the room. Notifications are turned off. The environment is sanctified. Do not let algorithms dictate the physical structure of your brain. Start training this muscle. It's the only one that guarantees your freedom. But once you have this ability to concentrate, the next question is, where do you direct it? Having the ability to do deep work is useless if you direct it toward activities that have no leverage. This is the trap of dispersion. If you have this problem, if you have too many patients, you need to watch this video. If you liked it, subscribe, more content is coming soon.